Hello, welcome to this talk about MKultra programming. This has become more and more famous now, especially after the 80s, when the MKultra programming was actually revealed from the CIA documents. Naema, what is the background of MKultra?
Yeah, it's really difficult to understand because it's popping up in all different areas. So one thing that one must understand that this is an ancient mythology. Elitistic families use to program their child even before birth. And it's all pre-planned, and where the mind of that child is controlled and the life is completely rigged and scripted throughout. And it's actually you are a slave. You are a slave in these family traditions. MKultra slave.
Are there any examples of these slaves that people can relate to?
Yeah, this is the thing, that these people, they are then molded into certain persona. I mean, they will mold a person who will be a nerd differently than an actress in Bollywood, Hollywood or Lollywood. They will use a lot of things on the looks and dancing, and they became kind of like a circus clown. You know, they use that kind of technique on that person. But a nerd, for example, they made, you can see Bill Gates. It's a good example. How they have his looks very nerdy. This is all molded with the genealogy in the lab. Many of them are made in laboratorium. That means that they are already, with the DNA is already planned.
So when you mention Bill Gates, you dive right into the transhumanism and the transgender issues. So it's a good pathway into that, because transgenderism and transhumanism, that's also a part of MKultra programming.
And this is what's so difficult, because you can have a certain area which is your expertise in the MKultra, but it still is very difficult to understand, because you have to look at these people's religion. What is their philosophy, like the Nazis' philosophy? What was their philosophy? And also, what is their belief system? So you have to look at all these aspects. Then you realize that it's like, it's actually an occult system. And they are part of occult families. And one of the difficult part to understand is that part of the MKultra is very deeply connected with demon possession, which is not even mentioned ever in the Western society. In the medical terms, you can go, any slave or mind controlled person will try to get help from a psychiatrist or psychologist in the Western world, but they don't even know these things as demonology. They use words like multiple personality disorder, which used to be DID, dissociative identity disorder. It used to be called that, but now they call it multiple personality disorder. And like Fritz Springmeier has mentioned in his book, The Undetectable Illuminati Slave, he mentioned that in India there is not diagnosed like multiple personality disorder, because they have this tradition with the demon possession.